Storm is one of the most powerful and popular mutants in Marvel Comics. She can control the weather, summon lightning, and even create hurricanes. But did you know there are many versions of Storm from different universes? Some are heroes, some are villains, and some have powers beyond imagination. In this video, we will explore every version of Storm and see how each one is unique. We are starting with Empress Von Doom. On Earth 892, Ororo Munroe, known as Storm, becomes Empress Von Doom after Victor Von Doom conquers the world and makes her his wife. Next is Storm from Earth 295. In the Age of Apocalypse reality, Ororo Munroe, known as Storm, was worshipped as a goddess in Africa. When Apocalypse's rise plunged the continent into chaos, she declared herself the Wind Rider, aiming to protect her people. However, Apocalypse captured her, branded her with a facial tattoo, and subjected her to experiments by Sinister and the Dark Beast, intending to mold her into a warrior. Next is Goddess of Thunder. On Earth 904, Ororo Munroe becomes the Goddess of Thunder. In this reality, Loki gives her a mystical hammer called Stormbringer, granting her the powers of a goddess. She then becomes the ruler of Asgard. Later, when the multiverse is destroyed and remade into Battleworld, Ororo joins the Thor Corps, a group of enforcers serving God Emperor Doom. Next is Wind Rider. In the Kitty's fairy tale, Ororo Munroe is reimagined as Wind Rider, a powerful elemental genie. She allies with Prince Cyclops and Lady Jean Grey to defend their kingdom from threats. During a catastrophic event, Lady Jean Grey succumbs to dark cosmic forces, transforming into the malevolent Dark Phoenix. As Dark Phoenix, she curses Prince Cyclops and turns against her former allies. Wind Rider bravely confronts Dark Phoenix, showcasing her unwavering commitment to protect her friends and realm. Next is another Wind Rider from Earth 6162. She is a freedom fighter from Africa. She battles against the aggressive annexation led by Lord Khonshu and Lord Ra of the Upper and Lower Kingdoms, who deploy their Moon Knight militia to enforce their rule. Ororo partners with Killmonger to defend her homeland, and together, they have saved villages from destruction. A prophecy by Matron Imola of the Sisterhood of the Vodou foretells that Ororo and King T'Challa of Wakanda will unite to bring forth a long-awaited heir. Next is Queen Ororo. After a calamity devastates most of the planet, the survivors form three factions. Queen Ororo Munroe, also known as Storm, leads one of these groups. The other two factions, ruled by Black Panther and Namor, ally and declare war on Ororo's faction. Next is this Ororo Bug. Ororo Bug is a member of the X-Bugs, a team of superpowered insects led by Professor X-Bug, a telepathic worm. Ororo Bug possesses weather manipulation abilities, similar to her Earth 616 counterpart, Storm. In one adventure, the X-Bugs mistakenly attack Magneto, believing him to be a villain, only to discover he has reformed. Next Storm, from Earth 841. Ororo Munroe, also known as Storm, serves as the Queen of Wakanda. When her son, T'Chaka, marries Danielle Cage, the daughter of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, next is Ororo. In the humorous universe of Earth 9047, Ororo, also known as Sturm and Drang, is a parody version of Storm from the X-Men. She is a member of the X-Persons. Next is Almighty Storm. On Earth 2329, Ororo Munroe, known as the Almighty Storm, Skybreaker, and Allmother, serves as the chief among the gods and is married to Thor. Initially benevolent, she falls under the mental control of an evil Charles Xavier, becoming capricious and cruel. After the X-Men free her from Xavier's influence, Storm offers them the gift of immortality. Emmeline Frost Summers accepts and is transformed into an immortal being with a diamond form. Next is Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm was a street thief in Egypt who attempted to pickpocket Dracula. He turned her into a vampire, but she eventually broke free from his control and joined the X-Men. However, her vampire thirst led her to kill teammates, including Beast and Professor X. She later joined the Goblin Queen's Hexmen, but betrayed them to assist the time-displaced X-Men. Developing feelings for the young Cyclops, she began a relationship with him. Next is Ororo. Ororo Munroe, known as Roro, is a mutant member of Dame Emma Frost's Force X team. In this reality, she possesses weather manipulation abilities similar to her Earth 616 counterpart. Roro and the Exiles collaborate to attack the French fleet, aiming to rescue the English Queen. Next is Thief Munroe. In the Marvel Noir universe, Ororo Munroe is a skilled thief from Cairo. Her exceptional abilities lead Charles Xavier to recruit her into his team of sociopathic X-Men. Xavier claims that Ororo's thievery skills are so remarkable that some people in Cairo actually worship her. As a member of this morally ambiguous group, Ororo participates in missions that blur the lines between heroism and criminality. Next is Ororo of Themyscira. In the Amalgam universe, Ororo Munroe, also known as Amazon, is a metamutant who nearly drowned as a child. She was rescued by Queen Hippolyta of the Amazons and raised on the island of Themyscira alongside Princess Diana. Ororo developed the ability to control the weather and was trained by the Amazons to focus her powers into a lasso of lightning that compels truthfulness. Next is Storm from Earth X. Ororo Munroe was a member of the X-Men. After years of service, she retired from superhero duties when the X-Men disbanded following the global mutation of humans and the death of Charles Xavier. During this period, Ororo married T'Challa, the Black Panther, becoming the Queen of Wakanda. Next is Tufani. Tufani, also known as Tempest, is a mutant with weather-manipulating abilities. She becomes romantically involved with fellow mutant Forge, and they have a child together. However, Forge disappears shortly after the child's birth. Later, Tufani and her team find themselves on Earth 616 due to Nuclo, disrupting the nexus of all realities. After a brief confrontation, they join forces to stop Nuclo. Next is Famine. On Earth 517, she serves as one of Apocalypse's horsemen, specifically as Famine. Apocalypse enhanced her natural weather-controlling abilities, allowing her to channel them through a power staff. Next is Perfect Storm. On Earth 161, a biosynthetic clone of Ororo Munroe, known as Perfect Storm, was created to restore the powers of heroes trapped on Genosha. Intended to replicate Storm as a teenager, the cloning process resulted in an adult with an unstable personality. Then, we have Spider Storm. Spider Storm is a unique hero introduced by the High Evolutionary as part of the new generation of 21 Saint Century champions. This character is an amalgamation of Spider-Man and Storm, combining abilities from both heroes. Next is Storm Phoenix. In the Earth 9590, Ororo Munroe, known as Storm, becomes the host of the Phoenix Force instead of Jean Grey. After a mission in space goes awry, resulting in the deaths of her fellow X-Men, Ororo emerges as Storm Phoenix, wielding unparalleled control over weather and cosmic energies. Assuming the role of a benevolent dictator, she enforces her rule by freezing dissenters into the atmosphere. Next is Halle Berry's Storm. Halle Berry portrayed Storm in the original X-Men film series. Her portrayal contributed significantly to bringing the character to mainstream audiences. Despite rumors, Berry confirmed she was not approached to reprise her role in upcoming Marvel projects. Next is Alexandra Shipp's Storm. Alexandra Shipp took over the role of a younger Storm in X-Men Apocalypse and X-Men Dark Phoenix. Her performance depicted the character's origins and development within the X-Men universe. Last is the original Storm from Earth 616. Born to a Kenyan tribal princess and an American photojournalist, she was orphaned at a young age due to a tragic accident. Afterward, she became a skilled thief on the streets of Cairo before discovering her mutant abilities. She was worshipped as a goddess in Kenya for her power to bring rain to arid lands. Later, she joined the X-Men, becoming one of their most trusted leaders and a symbol of hope for mutants worldwide. And that's every version of Storm. From her classic X-Men self to the wildest alternate versions, Storm has always been a force to be reckoned with. Which version is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome Marvel content. See you in the next video.